Hey, welcome to Patreon Exclusive 2. I'm very excited to have you here once again. So we're gonna do the best songs of 2015. The interesting thing about the best songs of 2015 is that I made it kind of very shoddily, and it's kind of a broken mess. And I had this big plan to reinvigorate it, re-release it, but I couldn't do that because I didn't have the raw audio. The only way I could do it was if I tried to trick the copyright bots by layering so many samples of the same song over itself that I thought I could trick the bots, and I just kept getting more and more copyright claims every time I re-uploaded it, to the point where I thought, this sounds bad. If you try to listen to the background, it sounds like a mess. At that point, it's not even worth it. I'm literally trying to re-release this video that's already kind of shoddy in a way, but I can't do it. So that video is going to stay as it is. I am going to re-record and redo it. That's why you're seeing Rocket League. This is a one-to-one remake. I am remaking that video, but if you did see that video when it was up, I am completely changing what makes the list. I'm actually putting new rules on it, and we're also going to have this much hindsight. I can tell you in the year 2020 how it is. This really is not a big series video to me because I already did this a long time ago, and I don't want to put more work into it because it's all the same opinions. So right here, you have this video that I can't do. It's good. I really want this out and comically in the exact same way I made it the first time. So it's out there in a way, and I don't have to try and remake or re-explain a video that's, alright, not really needed to be remade. I'll just redo it. So our rules for today is, it is just songs that made the end of your Hot 100. I know I usually don't follow that rule, but we're going to do that just to make it easy. I just took that 100, and songs that were in that are eligible for the list. Makes it simple, and it keeps me honest. I will have honorable mentions in this between 2 and 1. I'm going to elbow you in the ribs a little bit here. I think you know what my number 1 is, but just for fun, my honorable mentions are songs that don't qualify for this list at all. They're just songs that I really like, that I would like to talk about, no matter what they are. It's like a combination of hipster corner and not. So without further ado, these are the top 10 best songs of 2015. I don't know why I'm introducing it like that, like I'm going to count down, because basically what's going to happen is I'm just going to jump between each song and continue to talk, because, you know, I don't want this video to be complicated. I've got a best decade list that needs to be written. So my number 10 is Lean On, DJ Lazer. Wait, Major Lazer, DJ Snake, and me. I didn't write the artists down. I'm basically going to see if I can remember who these people are from a song from this long ago. This was Snake's Victory Lap. This was alright, so I made Turn Down for What. Here I come right back at you with a better song, I would even say. I know Turn Down for What's pretty high in other people's opinions, but Lean On is just more there to me. It's more complete. It's lush. And even with something produced so well, it has just all of these fantastic little moments. You've got the DJ Snake synth solo. You have the drop itself, which is actually enjoyable to listen to, something that I really didn't share on these songs. I mean, we spent all this time hating both Calvin Harris and David Guetta. It's like the EDM. Yes, I know a lot of people don't consider pop EDM actual EDM, but EDM to actually be good when usually it just was vapid crap. This was it. This was the peak. Also, a lot of credit really should go to Major Lazer, because, I mean, while we did see what happened to DJ Snake, where he kind of lost it and lost his focus in years to come, Major Lazer kept this thing good right in front of him. It's a fun video to watch, too, because, you know, everybody's there. They're having a good time. I don't know why I'm talking about the video. The video really doesn't matter in the long run. It just makes it feel more together that they're all just kind of doing this silly dance and having a good time. I guess the last thing to say is Muzz really good. honestly, the only time I ever had to run into her was that song she made that was Fancy with Iggy Azalea. What's great is that was my very first pop music related video. I thought I was so funny for coming up with that comparison. And I mean, Ma's never been anything objectionable. She's always been just fine by me anyway. So yeah, she's good. Everybody's good. It is a solid song for the best year of music of the 2010 decades. Number 9 is 679. If in 2015 you would have told me that I would have grown to pretty much enjoy this song as much as I would for sure believe you were crazy, because during that time I started to become a college athlete and I actually started to get into this scene of pop music and parties, and I thought it was really funny when I heard this song. I thought it was just pure junk. And we always made fun of Fetty Wap because it sounds like the last line in this chorus is cream soda. And we always said that to our coach, and he hated it. He'd be like, "Oh, we got cream soda." And that's just what it sounds like. And it's still really funny to think about. But this song is about that hook. That main chorus line is so good, so catchy. It is exactly why this is Fetty Wap's song. It's just a great hook. It just brings the whole thing together, which it's fun. It's just a damn fun song. And that's the best thing I could ask for one of these silly songs where I don't know the featuring artist. I'm not a fan of the main artist. So it's just like lobbing one in there. And it's just so enjoyable to listen to. It's probably number 9 because the Remy Boys are just god awful. They are all bad. There is no good verse in this song. They sound really amateur for the entire time. This sounds like just a collection of SoundCloud rappers came together and did some verses. It's really sloppy. The style's not there. It just sounds like first try kind of rhymes and thinking. If they're not sloppy, they're just pretty much annoying is all I got out of it. And I mean, I still listen to this song now. I have this on Spotify playlists, which kind of cracks me up. But yeah, I mean, it's just a fun hook. It's derailed by a lot of not great performances. Later down the road, we'll get to a song that brings it all together. But this is 9, so. Number 8, we have X's and O's. Yeah, Elle King, she's gone. She did have America's Sweetheart. I don't know if you remember that song. If you don't, I don't blame you. It was very forgettable and very I'm going for a second hit. So it's got way less impact, way less punch, way less genuine than X's and O's was. And this song is just oozing personality. She's here. We've heard that example where it's like, you know, you have all these pop princesses who talk about being sex fiends. And it's like, no, I don't believe that. You're just a pretty face. And Elle King's like, nah, dog. I fuck. Take that. Elle King's just in charge of her own song. Like, I believe it. I believe her because she is commanding this performance that seems like she's not a facade. Like, WAP. What is that shit? Get that shit out of my face. Stop. I'm just kidding. WAP's very good at being in charge and commanding. It's just, you know, here, I actually like the performer. And I mean, in terms of a pop song, it's just really got those bones that are hard to hate. I mean, everybody talks about that fuzz guitar solo. How often do we get a fuzz guitar solo? And at the same time, it sounds better than most check-a-box guitar solos we get now. I'm a sucker for rock instruments. It's good for it to just be a simple rock song that happened to be so simple that it managed to cross over into pop. I hate the fact that it feels like I'm just pandering to my rock sensibilities, that I like this song, but I just fucking like this song, you know? That's it. It's X's and O's. X's and O's is just real good. Number 7 is I Don't Fuck With You. I mean, I love Big Sean. I've never been shy of the fact that I always get into his stuff. Although, ironically, I have not listened to his new album. I should probably do that. Or you could tell me I shouldn't. If one of you has already listened to it and it's poopy, then I guess I won't. But, I mean, I feel like there was something comparing him to Drake a lot, but that's just not the case. It doesn't make any sense to compare him with Drake. He's just so out there and his own performer that, like, I don't want to compare him to anything else. Big Sean is great. When I did that non-hits video for last year, Single Again made me happy to be alive. It's just so cute, and even references this song in it. That's just ridiculous. I love it. E40, yeah, ooh, that is a good verse there. I really enjoy it. This is just good 6, 7, 9, and at the same time, it's just got an endlessly memorable hook. I love Coach Kanye. Coach Kanye is my favorite thing in the world. But seriously, you've got DJ Mustard, you got Kanye on this. They put it together perfect. This was when Mustard was in his, oh no, can we get this guy off songs? But now, no, we want this man doing work. He's got so many good songs now. You have this committee approach to production that just works so well. When you get these great minds together, they put together this song that you'll be listening to later. And then, under the radar, we got to talk about DJ Dahi. What did he produce? Worst Behavior. That's a man who knows how to make a shameless, fun thing to listen to. I don't fuck with you, I fuck with. But number 6 is Shut Up and Dance. Oops. I'll just give a big firm oops out in the chat right now. Yeah, in 2015, I was a little hateful of the overplay. I would like to believe that my journey into becoming a much better critic has come from making that massive mistake. Because, without a doubt, this was the most overplayed song of 2015, if you don't count Uptown Funk. We don't need to talk about Uptown Funk. Now that I say it, Uptown Funk is the most overplayed song of all time. But Shut Up and Dance in 2015 was oppressive. It was on constantly all the time that I just felt like I had to be annoyed by it. And I don't remember why I was so annoyed by it. Because, I mean, it was a couple years later, I just listened to it again, and I thought, why? Why do I hate this? And I couldn't come up with a reason, and I thought, it was just me being an overplay, whiny baby. I still defend the fact that overplay can sometimes be a criticism, because some things can't stand up to overplay. This just couldn't, because it was so agreeable with all radio that it had to be overplayed, when in reality, the instant that it got out of that, now that I hear it every once in a while, it's wonderful. I love it. It's really good. Walk the Moon, I liked after I heard all that overplay, because then, you know, you got Tightrope in Saints Row 4. You got One Foot. I've liked them after. I know it's hard for me to think of examples because I have listened to their albums. I'm not an album fan of Walk the Moon, but for sure a singles fan. Kind of like the way I am with The Killers now. Like, The Killers used to make great albums. Now they just make a couple singles and then an album that you should throw in the trash and just not listen to. That just, guys, don't listen to the new Killers album. This is my only recommendation. Listen to the singles. Don't listen to the album. It is a waste of time. What was I talking about? Shut Up and Dance is just, it's fun pop rock, man. And it's a shame because, like, that's just gone out of vogue. We don't really have that rock bass anymore. We've kind of moved past it. And it's just good to hear it in there, even if it's not going to be my highest part of my list. It definitely helps the song. And fun. It's so goddamn fun. And it's a really relatable thing. I'll cite Todd's rant. I mean, just look at this video. It is really that feeling of enamored love and being happy to be alive. Just shut up and dance, man. God, if I've never had a mantra, that would be it, man. Just have fun. I just want you to have fun. That's what matters. And that's why I hate Dance Monkey, you know? And quickly, I'd just like to bring up the underlying production that really makes me happy. It's that bass line that finally broke me over the edge and made me enjoy the song for the first time. It's that chugging guitar that just keeps it going. It's that drum line. It's almost a 16th note riff, but it's kind of got those breaks in it where you have space. And I think the reason that I probably put it at 10, even though I hated it for overplay so much, is just that bridge walking into the chorus is so good. It sounds so good. Yeah, so, Shut Up and Dance, number 6. That's the aesthetically best song ever spot for me, is what I believe. The number 6 is, yeah, this is like a really good song that everybody likes. My number 5 is Me Cheating. My number 5 is My House by Flo Rida. Yeah, this didn't make the end of year. I think it made the end of year for 2016, but I can tell you for sure, this was one of those songs that split the end of 15 with the start of 16. And, I mean, radio loved this song in the start of 16, and I thought, good, because everything else is absolute trash. My House is the dark horse pop song. It is legitimately something that you shouldn't take seriously, and then you hear it, and it lifts your spirits. It is Flo Rida at his absolute best, and I am not going to hear any other arguments. I'm a big fan of I Cry, but he doesn't have to be real to be at his best. He just needs to be having, I'm going to put this big old word on the screen, fun. This chorus is so good, and it's just the thing that Flo Rida does well. This chorus is inviting. This chorus is catchy. This chorus is fun to sing along to. This chorus is put your own bullet point in there. This chorus is up there in the choruses of the echelon. Not really, but it is very, very good. It's Flo Rida doing his thing. Best line of 2015, other than every line from my number 1, fucking home run, slam dunk, touchdown, pass. He just put them all in there. He put every big moment in the 3 American sports into one little lyrical phrase, and it's perfect. It's the most perfect amalgamation of this entire song and this entire feeling. I love that so much. It's just wonderful. I'm still listening to this song. I was listening to this song in 2015. I have put this song on every playlist I have ever had that's just been one of those, well, I'm shooting the shit, I want to listen to a song. My House, come on. It's My House. Welcome to My House. Number 4 is Time of Our Lives, Pitbull featuring Neo. Best collaborating duo of the 2010s? Question mark. This song really is almost Give Me Everything. And yeah, that cracks me up. The fact that I really do think that this song is not as good as Give Me Everything. I mean, Give Me Everything made my decade list. This doesn't. Sorry, spoilers. This song is like the calculated risk. They already had their trial run in 2011. This seems like, well, now we know how to do it, and they did it. And it just doesn't have that lightning in a bottle that Give Me Everything has, but this is what I love to do. I love to shoot down the song I'm talking about, when in reality, this is the 4th best song of the best year of pop music of the 2010s. I would say that it is objectively better than Give Me Everything. It's more focused production. It's definitely there to make you have fun. There's no wacky guest artists. There's no weird mistakes. Like, you know the deal. You can go through Give Me Everything and point at 60 mistakes and laugh. Time of Our Lives just isn't that. It is just that pop song that is so good. Mainly, I like to talk about Neo's energy. Like, Neo kind of sounded a little checked out, almost there, party man the first time. This time, you know your rent was supposed to be in about half a week ago. And you're just here to have a good fucking time. There's this weird theme between the songs I like, you know? It's odd. Pitbull's being humble. It's incredible just to look at him having fun, but also not just bragging like he usually does. This song, it separates him from the other Pitbull songs. It's a Pitbull song that the normal Grouch could like. It's so good. And the bridge is streamy. It's just streamy. That's all I gotta say about that. Number 3 is Cool for the Summer. Demi Lovato. Have you ever heard of her? You know Demi Lovato with such great hits as Sorry, Not Sorry. Here's the thing. I really don't like Demi Lovato songs. I never have. I've tried a lot. Heart Attack genuinely would still be on my 2013 worst list. It's a piece of garbage. There's just this thing to her that never worked until this one song that is significantly better than anything she's ever done, completely out of character, incredible. It's so fucking good, guys. I just can't reiterate how not close this song is to the rest of her work. It's so much better. This chorus is just, it's so good. Demi is just swinging into it with all of her power, just making her force be known. And the production, just hearing that synth just blip up, but it's just before Location by Khalid. It's just way better, and it just enters my soul every time I hear it. And it just goes into that category where I love female power songs that just sound so good. Your Keshas, your Lady Gagas. Songs like this, if Demi could just pull this off more, it would have been so much better. But this one time, I just felt it. I connected to this song so strongly, even though at first I didn't like it. And I just remember this memory of me hearing it while I was doing bowling tryouts that year and just thinking, oh, I messed up. This is wonderful. And it's just that song that's fun to belt. It's that simple. You just want to start singing something carelessly, this is your go-to. It's so fun to sing. It's fun to be around, even though it's not that the song's fun, it's that the song matters. And I'm just going to appreciate this for a while. And I just find it funny that the song really did make people have complete polar opposite reactions. A lot more than that Congos song. I should honestly watch some of those old videos and see what people had to say negatively about it, because I really don't remember what that was like, what people who didn't like it sounded like. I relate it to when everybody had Freaky Friday on their list, and during the entirety of their segment, I would just sing along with Freaky Friday, because I don't care. It sounds good and it's fun. I'm sorry that there's human garbage on it, and I'm sorry that there's a guy that's absolutely not funny, but it just sounds good. And that's cool for the summer. Just fucking sounds good. Number 2 is Style by Taylor Swift. This was a song in her career that she needed. A song that brought her back to earth and yet still showed us that she was the artistic powerhouse that we knew she could be. This song is just great. There's no asterisks like Blank Space where it's produced weird. There's no dumb bad lyrics like Shake It Off that sounds great but is just dumb. This song is the whole package. It's Taylor Swift at her finest. This song is the emotional powerhouse of the year. And it's just her emptying her soul for this boy who she has these genuine, fantastic feelings about. And there's nowhere where she's this honest. There's nowhere else where I would believe that she really feels this enamored with somebody else. And it was just really a successful emotional move. You know, unlike Cardigan, which is just fabricated nonsense that is transparent as all hell. It really is just too perfect for analysis. Like, I find it hard to talk about how much I just love this Taylor Swift song. Everything that put it together. It's just amazing. And yet there was a song that was still 20 times better than it. But first we're going to talk about honorable mentions. Remember, none of these qualify. They all came out in 2015. They're great. So of course we have to talk about 5 More Hours. Dero featuring Chris Brown. I'm sorry. That's it. Outside, Calvin Harris featuring Ellie Goulding, or the other way around, you know, whatever it is. This is easily Ellie Goulding's best song by a mile. She doesn't sound like trash and she sounds like she's enjoying herself, and I love her presentation in this song. And this was Calvin Harris's best song before 2017. We're just going to put it into that era. We don't have to include it with the new stuff. The new stuff is a different animal and maybe better. That's How We Know. You know, my boys Nico and Vince, featuring my girl BB Rexa. I can't remember if there's somebody else on that song. I don't think so. Maybe there is. Mad props. That's just it. It's an honest song about honest failure, and that's great. I'm happy for them. They made shitty music the year before, but you know what? It was all worth it to come into this collapse. Irresistible, Fall Out Boy featuring Demi Lovato. Good job, Demi Lovato. You made 2 great songs in the same year. Wow. And I would have to say that this is my favorite Fall Out Boy song of the decade. Yep. New Americana, Halsey. I know you all love this song. It's like one of the best songs ever made. I'm going to talk about Light Tunnels and Let's Eat, the 2 best songs off of This Unruly Mess I Made. Apparently an album that is considered to have messy production work, and I'm going to cross my arms and say, excuse me, when the fuck did we get that impression? Ryan Lewis, Heist to This Unruly Mess, is a master. I don't want to hear this shit. What are you talking about? I'm not hearing it. Get out of here. Maybe I should stop talking about fun and get the fun out of my ears so I can hear how bad it is, because it's not. It's amazing. Anyway, I recommend those 2. Listen to them. Light Tunnels. Let's Eat. They're both great. And to the hipster corner, basically the stuff just barely outside of pop music, we have Diet Soda Society by The Maine. It really was not a big year for fantastic indie stuff. I discovered this song a couple months ago, and it's pretty alright. I would say that there are better indie songs. When I look back at it, honestly, 2016 was a phenomenal year for stuff that wasn't on the pop charts. And I know I made that one video that's a best list, but I didn't even scratch the surface. After the fact, I discovered so many songs that came out in 2016 that were good. For example, Truth Hurts by Lizzo, pretty good song. And for a second here, I'm going to talk about A Crow is White. A Crow is White released both a full album and an EP in 2015. Haimitsu had 9, and this, which I can't pronounce because you might notice this is not the most American of bands. About half a year ago, I discovered that I really, really like Japanese hard rock, and A Crow is White has just about creeped their way into my top 10 bands just by being loud, fun, and fast. And I could not recommend a band to you more than A Crow is White, something you've never heard of, something that there are some albums of on Spotify, and not really much more. So, Crow is White, I love them, check them out. That brings us to number 1. With no fanfare, I'm going to tell you that my number 1 is Downtown by Macklemore featuring Ryan Lewis. It is one of the greatest songs ever made, and I am not going to explain anything more about it because it's fucking Downtown. So thank you for joining me. That's about it, you know.